Hey everyone, Arloon here, coming to you with an updated Diluc guide with the Serpent Spine. Now, you may have noticed in my previous videos that I no longer use the Serpent Spine. That is because I have the 5-star sword Skyward Pride. I pulled it last banner while trying to pull for Wolf's Gravestone, but I didn't get it, so I got this instead. Now, the sad reality is 5-star weapon will always beat a 4-star weapon, no matter what. They're just objectively better because of the higher base attack and their abilities, which is why I use this over Serpent Spine. But that doesn't mean that I stopped using Serpent Spine. I still use Serpent Spine for certain places like bosses and Abyss scenarios, because when you don't get hit, the Serpent Spine actually still matches the damage of the Skyward Pride. Now, if you have a Wolf's Gravestone, there's no way the Serpent Spine will match that, probably, I think. But with this guide, I will show you how exactly it matches up against the Skyward Pride and why I still think the Serpent Spine is one of the better weapons in the game. Because for one thing, it gives crit rate, and any crit rate weapon is super good. I also did not refine Serpent Spine anymore because, like I said, I have the Skyward Pride. But if you do refine Serpent Spine, I think it will be so much stronger than the Skyward Pride. Let me show you what I mean. So let me show you how the Serpent Spine can match up. So we just brought team with minimal damage boosting, and we're gonna do a melt with Kaya. Amber brought Amber just for the Pyro Resonance, and Animal MC for Viridescent. So you can see here, I'm gonna do a melt, and it does 64k damage. Not bad for minimal boosting, right? For a Serpent Spine 4-star weapon. Really good. So you might say it might be the melt. Here we're gonna do a Vaporize instead. We just replaced Kaya with Xingqiu. It's gonna do a little less damage, but not too much less. So 52k with a Vaporize, not bad. The nice thing about Xingqiu is all the next attacks will be vaporized as well, since you have a Pyro Sword. For his weapon and artifacts, you can see here that I am using the Serpent Spine right now, and you can see that the artifacts are pretty much the same from the previous guide. There's just been a little adjustments in substats. Some of them are better, some of them are not. So you can see here the Witch Hat is still pretty crap. It has 20% defense, decent elemental mastery, but nothing impressive. The Goblet is kind of good. It has 9.3% attack, crit damage 13.2, elemental mastery 13% defense. The timepiece is absolute shit. I still haven't gotten a better timepiece. I've already spent probably around 3,000 resin just on the Crimson Witch set, and I still haven't gotten any decent timepiece. So for the feather, it's decent, nothing too amazing. If it rolled crit damage, it would have been God roll, but flower still not too amazing. Now you can see that the artifact pieces aren't amazing at all. I don't have any of those crazy 20% crit damage, 30% crit damage artifact pieces. They're all pretty basic, but the damage is still there, and the damage is still pretty high. Now let me show you what the difference between the Skyward Pride and the Serpent Spine is if it's boosted by Bennett and Mona. So first things first, I'm going to showcase Skyward Pride. Same artifacts, just a different weapon. Mona and Bennett will provide the buff. No food was used, no potion as well. $101,000 for the Skyward Pride. Now, for the Serpent Spine, I think you will be a little surprised by the damage as well. Even though it's a 4-star weapon, you'll see how much it can match up to the Skyward Pride. $96k, not bad damage. So, as you saw, The initial burst damage was not that high, about 5k difference, but if you noticed, the Skyward Pride needed about 2 more hits in order to kill the Cryo Regisvine, while the Serpent Spine just outright killed the Cryo Regisvine. This is because of the crit rate. The crit rate of the Serpent Spine is higher, so it did more consistent damage, thus doing more damage in total, not just the initial burst. So with Diluc, since his ultimate does multiple hits as well as the 2 big hits in the start and the end, the Serpent Spine will probably always do better damage just because of the higher crit rate. You have to take into account as well that you can refine the Serpent Spine. Thus, and if you do, I'm guessing maybe an R3, maybe even just an R2 Serpent Spine is already going to outdamage the Skyward Pride. Now, you're probably not going to outdamage the Wolf's Gravestone because the Wolf's Gravestone is very overpowered. Now, of course, this comes with the caveat that it needs the stacks in order to do that. That said, though, you have to remember that the Serpent Spine does give crit rate as its substat, which means if you have those god rolled artifacts where you have 25% crit damage, 30% crit damage on your artifacts, I've seen them, I just haven't gotten one because my luck is terrible. But if you have them, then the Serpent Spine is still a very good weapon for you, even without stacks, because you get the crit rate substat. And having a high crit damage, you need a higher crit rate as well in order for you to get that consistent damage. So if you have those god rolled artifacts, even if you don't have the stacks from the Serpent Spine, you're still going to be doing an impressive amount of damage. That is to say, if you don't have a 5-star weapon. So if you are a player that likes getting good at the game, learning to dodge attacks, learning the mechanics of the game, and being able to play in a flawless way, then the Serpent Spine is a great weapon for you, because even though it's just a 4-star weapon, it can pretty much match up to a 5-star weapon just because of its ability. If you found that informative, please don't forget to like and subscribe the video. It really helps a lot. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/arloon_grim. Please do follow me there. I'm almost to 50 followers. It will really help me a lot if you do. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.